We need to talk right now.
Your systems are offline.
Bienvenidos a Light and Talk.
Welcome to Light and Talk.
Hello everyone, welcome to Light and Talk. I am Marco Mendez. This is going to be the first episode in English, the first of many, because of you guys. Thank you so much for listening to us. Thank you for downloading the podcast. People from Mexico, United States, Canada, France, Sweden, Egypt, Spain, thank you so much. For the people who are listening to us for the first time, hi, I am Marco. You might know me as Light and Pole. I am a pole dance photographer. I have been doing it for 13 years. And I think what I love most about my job is the storytelling, all the moments and all the stories that I have lived or shared by people from the pole dance, the aerial, the circus industry, and they have made me a better person. I try to do some justice to that connection with the pictures that I post on my stories, on my feeds, but it's not enough. And in this COVID-19 times when we cannot go out as much as we used to or as much as we want to, I said, why stop sharing ideas? There's a lot of moments, there's a lot of emotions, a lot of things that they may not be in pictures, but they are in our minds, in our hearts. So this is what the podcast is about. And today's guest, we have an amazing human being. She is an exotic pole dancer. She has been fighting for her right to live and dance for many years. She's a very dear friend of mine. I have the honor of knowing how she thinks and how she feels about certain things. And that's why I want you to know more about her. Give it up for Estefania Jimenez. Hi, Estefania. How are you?
Fine, thank you. And you?
I'm good. So I wanted to interview you because I want to know a little bit more about who were Estefania before the pole.
Well, I was an ice skater.
Okay.
I was 17. I was practicing for 2 years. I used to like so much because it was like very disciplined. Everything was strict and I needed that in that time, you know?
Okay.
So I started doing it, training a lot, but somehow I was not really good. I was really sure that I was not as good as like my friends, right? I didn't find myself like completely in that environment. I felt that it was so ethereal for me. So
Ethereal in what way?
it's like ballet on ice, you know? The music is like very controlled, curated.
Okay.
They are planned. You are not totally free to do whatever you want in the creation process. So I didn't like that. It didn't allow me to create something for myself. With the music I liked it, with the movements I wanted. So I wanted to explore something else.
Okay.
One of my friends in that time, she told me like, you know what? I saw like one school is like offering pole dance classes. And I was like, yes, I'm into that. So we went to try it and I was like totally engaged from the first moment because actually like the first class I had, it was dancing. It was not even like this sportive environment.
Okay.
I remember the first class I took. The teacher, she was wearing heels, not pole heels, just regular heels. She was like turning off the lights and we were dancing for just 1 hour, just moving around the pole, and that was amazing. So I was like, okay, let's do this. I start taking 2 classes, 3 classes, 4 classes, and then 5 classes per week. And some moment I was like, okay, I can do wherever I want when I'm dancing, you know? The class, it was usually tricks. And the 10 last minutes of the class, it was dancing. It was my favorite part of the class. I was looking for that 10 last minutes to dance and do wherever I want. Just 10 minutes made me to take more classes each day and then to quit this ice skating thing.
Alberto del Campo once told me exactly the same thing. Ballet, even if it's an amazing, beautiful art, it is very restrained in so many ways.
Yeah.
You are saying that you need a very disciplined environment since you were a kid. Why do you think you need that level of discipline at that moment?
As a teenager, I have difficult moments. Rebel child, I grew up in like very restrict environment. My parents were very strict in that time. As a teenager, I was like rebel. I don't know. It's like really weird, even though I wanted to escape from very strict parents. Also, I wanted someone to tell me, like to push me, like to really, to feel like someone was above me, pressuring me to feel a challenge. I wanted kind of control. I wanted to find something to control me in that time that everything was like a mess. You know, when you go and train, you have a schedule. You have like to train from this hour to that hour, and then you have another class, and then you have to stretch it, and then you have to blah blah blah. To have this schedule like really strict that you have to repeat almost every day, it was like something that helped me, that I was looking for. It was something also, I wanted something really strict. I wanted something like, like very old school method, to someone to scream at you, to pressure you, to really, I have like very good teachers, like stretching and conditioning and ice skating teachers, but they were Russian. So their methods were not really common in Mexico because we are not really used to that kind of training. We are like, oh yeah, no, it hurts. I was like, okay, you are doing it. If you are not going to do this, then leave, and they were pressuring you. And sometimes they kick us a little bit, or they were really strict, and in that environment I felt powerful.
It took how many years for you to jump internationally?
I think like my first workshop internationally, it was like 4 years ago in 2016. I mean, I have been doing pole dance for 7 years, so it was after 3 years I had the chance to jump and to do something like really, really big,
You are one of the few exotic pole dancers, at least in Latin America, that have worked so hard, and now you're an international exotic pole dancer. What do you see now that you have this so much level of culture and education in the exotic pole area? How do you see the evolution of pole in those 7 years?
I think, when I start, my city is really, really like conservative. When I start, almost no one wanted to dance. We were doing it in classes just to relax. No one was taking serious. No one was like, okay, I want to use that heels like it proper, like learn the proper ways and everything. I didn't know that it was a like proper way. I just wanted, I always was fan of this stripper culture. Every time I was crossing with that in the movies or video clips, I was just fascinating. Always have been fan of that. And in some point it was like, okay, this is something that you learn, that you work for. But it was very difficult. Like persons around me, they were only buying heels because they look good, or like they look kind of sexier in the pictures, not really because of dancing. So when I started, actually, I learned everything by YouTube videos. I took a few months of classes, then I decided to buy a pole and learn everything by YouTube videos.
Do you remember which one was the first pole video that you saw?
I cannot say exactly the name, but I have on my mind. It was one stripper doing something in just a strip club in Las Vegas. She was doing a drop, amazing drop. I was like, damn it. That badass, at the same time, super sexy look. It was like everything that I want to do in my life, That moment, I just remember that, wow, I want to be like her. I want to be like strong as her, but at the same time, super hot and super sexy when I'm moving. So it was a great inspiration. And also like looking and watching a lot of videos of strippers or old school pole dancers that they were starting or they were teaching via YouTube. It was really helpful. It was very difficult because, by learning yourself is very challenging. No one's tells you what to do. No one's tells you how to. You have to figure out everything.
So you have enjoyed that self-rediscovering of yourself in that way?
Yeah, I did a lot. I can consider myself very disciplined. After high school, I decided to take 1 year just to do pole dance. I'm doing pole dance all day. I have my schedule to stretch. I have my schedule for conditioning. I have my schedule for tricks every day. From Monday to Sunday, I was training. It was very interesting. It was like challenging. I just have a video. I need to figure out where to put my hand, where to put my legs, like how to enter, how to exit by everything. That I think makes you very connect with yourself. You are very capable to achieve everything with the right amount of job, of work,
You're like a puzzle in a way. You are gathering all the pieces and you're trying to put every piece in the right way. By doing that, you achieve a certain level of self-awareness that it's an extra for your classes, for your teachings, and for your self-teachings. Now that you said about doing exotic pole makes you feel like a badass, it's true. Exotic pole, in a way, gives you like a high degree of badassery, or if it's a word, I don't know, but it makes you feel stronger and more powerful and sexier. Even if last few years that exotic pole it's more popular now, it was attacked many years in an indirect way. I remember a picture that was posted on social media that said, "We are not strippers, we're athletes." And I said, dude, why are you attacking the strippers?
Yeah, no, it was like just terrible. I live that. I mean, I live like by myself. It's kind of segregating, you know? Even though I have never worked like a stripper. For example, it was so funny how everyone said like, wow, you are amazing when you got a trick, when you post a picture. I mean, I'm talking about like 7 years or 6 years, you know? Everyone was like, oh my God, you got that, I don't know, like trick. That's amazing, a lot of the strength, blah, blah, blah. And then you post a picture wearing heels and anyone says anything.
Oh, I hate that shit.
You know, like it happened to me. It happened to me. I have trouble. I have trouble with classes.
Do you remember a particular problem?
I remember I was teaching teenagers. You know, I have this amazing group that no one, at the beginning, no one wanted to teach teenagers because though, like just imagine 14 in a pole like room. They are a mess. I mean, they are screaming all the time, talking, taking selfies, everything. I accept that because I like challenge, and also because I was the youngest pole instructor. It was really funny because they look at me like the same, you know, like the same level of, I don't know, age, of course, because I was like kind of 18, 19, and they were like 14.
Yeah, they don't believe like a girl that young could have that level of discipline.
And I got that position. I was so proud because I earned their respect, and they were quiet and they were paying attention in my class. When I start dancing, when I start posting videos of me dancing wearing heels and not in leggings, you know, in bikini or something, there start like troubles. Okay, this is not a good image. What are you looking for? Why you don't just keep dancing but not posting anything? And I was like, I'm posting because I want it. I'm not posting to create like bad reputation. It shouldn't be a bad reputation.
Yeah.
I'm not teaching the teenagers how to dance in heels. I mean, everyone can see my classes. They are like really a sportive way because I know how to separate my job from my personal practice, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
Well, the point is that I was like removed from teaching the classes. Then the problems start. You know, the problems start with, okay, you're creating a bad image. What are you looking for? You are creating kind of bad reputation for this studio. You are having troubles. Why? Are you admiring a stripper? Do you want to do like something close? Why? Because this person told me you have too much potential to be dancing and like shaking your body like that or something.
No.
Yeah. Why if you can do like amazing tricks while you are doing this? I mean, I don't understand. And I was like, I don't care about quitting these tricks because, yeah, the tricks are good, but they are not like something that set my soul on fire, you know, when I'm dancing. I'm doing the trick, it's fine. I enjoy it, I love it, but it's not something that I'm living for. Finally, I had something that I was living for, you know?
Apparently, high heels have that effect on people. When I was at the Alex Shukin pole camp, I had to wake up very early to do beach photo shoots. So I arrived to the beach and I apparently put the stage on a place where two old 60-year-old ladies used to be in the mornings every day. Mm-hmm. But those ladies arrived, they saw the pole, they say, oh, how cute and everything. They got completely naked. They entered the sea, they swam a little bit, then returned to their towel, they sit a little bit, and they were flirting to every single guy, no matter how old they were flirting. And they were watching me taking the pictures to the girls, and they were clapping and they were happy and everything. But the minute the girls put the high heels for the photo shoot, the old ladies got scared and brought the police.
No way. That's crazy.
Why? I don't know why two naked old ladies brought the police for high heels.
It's called double standards, you know? Like, I don't know from where people have this kind of measurement of what is wrong and what is right, or what is like more morally like correct and not. But I have seen that. I mean, it happened to me. This person was wearing heels in the photo shoots, but also was like criticizing me for like dancing, you know? There is certain point that the people start to be uncomfortable uncomfortable. And I think the same as happened to you. You can cross this point wearing bikinis, wearing heels, dancing sexier than ever, getting naked. When you cross that, people start to be uncomfortable. And in that point, then you are the worst ever.
You have been experiencing a little bit of passive attacks towards you, towards what you do, towards what you love.
We have not healed traumas. If you are not healed, if you are not healed from your traumas, you will say like, oh my gosh, she's fucking around or something, you know? And when you change that and when you are really secure about yourself, you say like, wow, she's amazing. She looks great. I hope like she keeps posting that or she gets sexier and I think that a lot of people don't have that.
Oh, yeah.
When you talk with that person, you know that they have some issues,
Yeah.
you know, like insecurities, because we all have. So they start to know that you are not going to steal their husband, you know? She's wearing high heels and tiny bikinis. She's super cool. She will teach me how to dance. And I felt super happy about this change of mentality.
You are talking about healing, that you can help girls with your presence, with your friendship, with your classes. You can help other girls heal in other aspects of their life that may be troubled in that moment. So with all your experiencing with classes and all your workshops that you have been doing, what do you think exotic pole helps most in people?
I think helps you embrace the power that we all have. As females, we have raw sexuality and sensuality inside us. And it's not just dancing, it's about everything. It's about the outfit. It's about, wow, I'm wearing like very tall heels. I'm wearing a tiny bikini. Of course, I look good, you know? Of course, I look super sexy. And dancing around the pole is kind of sexual, like the tension, like sexual tension is like really big because you're doing something that it was considered a taboo that always has been related with the very sexy part of the society, you know? Like actually you relate immediately a pole with the strippers because it's like cultural thing. At some point, I think we all have that fantasy of living this kind of dream about dancing sexy in a pole, you know? Like it could be like a stripper fantasy. Why not? I'm sure that most of the people have this kind of fantasy. And when you do like exotic pole, it makes you closer to get that fantasy.
I think it can enhance you in a way that, like you said, it hasn't been let to flow because of society. But once you are in front of that side of you, like you in front of the mirror, it's a constant reassuring of this is who you are if you let it.
Yeah, exactly. It's like let it go.
Yes.
I am in that point. I'm in this point when I'm wearing heels, I'm wearing a nice costume or wearing wherever. You are not restricting yourself because at pole, actually you can do wherever you want. You can be wherever you want as well, you know? It's magical.
And also, I think whether if it's pole art, exotic, sport, whatever, it brings you to your own tribe. It gathers you with people that are looking the same as you. So immediately it brings you to a very healthier group of friends that it will make you evolve into a better person. And also what I have seen that pole dance does, it make you aware, I don't know, a different kind of vibe, like bad environments that only restrain yourself, that don't let you be who you are. I have seen a lot of girls that have this family problems or couple problems, and they get to the pole studio and they talk with their own people, and it helps to give another perspective.
Yeah, it is. I felt like therapy. When I found pole, you know, as I told you, I have like very troubled life. I have like a couple of problems, like personal problems. I found like something to like escape, you know, another escape but different.
Better escape.
It was my first escape. Was like, you know, the ice skating, this something like very very structured sport. And then here it was another escape, more than physical, it was mentally. Of course, the pole dance, like the benefits, like physical benefits are endless, but more I could feel like healing in mentally way. You know, in ice skating, I have like bitching problems, people talking shit about you, and or you are not skinny enough, or you are very skinny for that, or you are very tiny, or you are very tall. Everything. You were not perfect enough. I'm not criticizing this, but I live that.
Yeah, you didn't please anyone. everyone.
Yeah, you could not. You are not enough. I was not in the standards for that. And it's fine. I'm not going to change that because it has been like it's in ballet.
Yeah.
Of course, I'm not in the standards of ballet, and it's like modeling. I'm not in the standards either. And more of the people in this world are not, you know? The pole dance, the point is they have not standards.
Interesting.
I feel like that. They are women from all ages, from all bodies, and I don't feel uncomfortable with myself because there is not a standard to have here. You don't have to be tall, you don't have to have this height of 1 meter 70 or long legs, you don't have to be skinny, you don't have to free of your tattoo.
It's open for everyone.
Yeah, I mean, the first class I took, it was like 14 different women, and I was like, wow, everyone is different here. Everyone can do it. I feel at home. I feel like this is very powerful force about the pole.
That is beautiful.
And this is very healing, like mentally healing for everyone. It was for me, and I really sure that it was for almost everyone.
Either you please yourself or the others. It's a dilemma, and it shouldn't have to be. And it may sound easy, but you have to cross to a certain path so that you can understand that you can please only yourself. But it's not easy to get to that step, which brings me to the next question. You are a teacher of experience, and also you're a teacher of dreams. But in experience, you have been living a lot of emotions through all these years. What have you been teaching in terms of emotions to your girls?
The first thing I have to teach all the time is like, fuck everything that everyone says about you. I live for that because I live that. It's very painful just because you can have like the best intentions. You can be a super good friend, and someone, just because you are embracing your sexuality, you are realizing about your dreams, fighting for something that you want, can call you whore. And it doesn't matter how have been like a good friend or have been a good girlfriend or have been good family member, you are immediately cheap woman, a trash, a whore, just how I look in the videos. So fuck this. I mean, I have to admit, even with my parents, if you continue dancing like that, you will never get a good man.
That is low.
I received that comment.
That's a low comment.
Yeah, it's like very painful. It's like, in which way I having less human quality just because I'm wearing 8 inches heels and a bikini? I don't get it. So in that moment, it's like, oh really? You're talking about me? Well, fuck this. I won't care. So when you start saying like, fuck, I don't care. You know, I don't care if they put like mean comments about me in social media. I don't care if person that used to be my friends, they say like, oh my God, this lady just keep posting sexy pictures because she wants to get fucked or something. That one of the things that I have learned is like, don't take personal what people talks about you, and don't stop doing the thing just because someone tells you not to do, you know?
Yeah, amen.
Yes, very true to yourself, because you are the only thing that you will have always, you know? Like, people can go and come all the time. People can go in just in a blinking of an eye. A man can leave you. A friend can leave you. Like, even your family can just get back to you. A moment that this person says something about me, I will stop posting pictures. In that moment, you are giving a power to that person that shouldn't have, and you are against yourself.
And that person doesn't deserve that power.
Yeah, no, that kind of person doesn't deserve anything, you know?
I can feel you at 2% because of being an architect, then a pole dance photographer. There are constant attacks about people who are not doing anything for themselves.
Yeah, exactly. But I have seen like comments that probably I will never, I don't know, date a pole dance photographer or, you know, model photographer because they are not serious about relationship. But how you can say that just because they are taking pictures of women, you know? It's like, I don't know if you have lived that. I don't know. Have you received that kind of comments?
Yeah, I mean, not now, but at the beginning, yeah. Especially because of that switch from architecture to pole dance photography. It was a certain debacle, but like you said, I didn't have time for those comments. So every time that I received those comments, I said, thank you for your comment. Now, if you excuse me, I have to go to that country. Now, if you excuse me, I have to go to across the world. And now the people that are seeing me traveling and seeing that my career is serious, now they're talking good. But I don't want to say, okay, society is that way, because we need to change like a lot, but it's too many negative thoughts, I think.
Few years ago, before doing this, what we have, probably I would have like a comment like, oh, she's looking just for attention, or oh, she's doing pole, like it's not for serious or something. And probably if you would see, like when you were doing your degree in architecture, you could see like, oh, this guy only wants to take pictures of the girls just because they are hot. I think that are unhealed misconceptions about the people. I really feel so much admiration for everyone that has crossed. Like, you can work for a big firm or of architecture, instead you are taking pictures. It's not lower our standards or lower our quality life. We are just choosing something that really, really set our souls on fire, you know?
I love the way you think. Have you seen Dark? Netflix Dark?
Oh, no.
If you travel to the past and see your younger self, what would you say to you?
I would say not try to change people. You know, don't waste too much energy to try to translate your soul. Oh my God, I feel like I am doing like these quotes on Instagram, you know, like very
All these cheesy Instagram codes.
cheesy. But the point is that I would say that, like, don't try to translate your soul, because when people understand you, you just connect. You don't have to do anything. And it was my mistake many times. It was like try to understand why people could not connect with me at 100%. I tried to make them understand. And I'm talking about friendships, relationships, and family members, you know? I can educate you. I can explain to you that what I'm doing, why it's important, why it deserves to be respected and recognized. I can say that, you know, but I cannot teach how to accept me. I cannot just tell you like, oh, look, what I'm doing is not bad. Fuck that. If you think that what I'm doing is bad, bad for you. I'm showing you that what I'm doing is just really based on hardworking dreams and kind intentions. If you don't believe them, fuck it. And then like that, you don't waste so much energy in the people. And I waste so much energy in people, like in all my aspects of the life, trying to make understand my soul, and they were not. And I know, like, I have friends like you, I have friends in Paul community, I have friends outside that they are like, wow, you are who you are, and I love you like this way. I respect you, and we are friends, and we can just probably not be agree at 100%, but I know you. I know which kind of human being are you, and I will always respect you no matter what you do. And this kind of person, they are valuable. The another kind of person, you just have to take it out from your life.
But that's an amazing thing. I mean, we can think different, and we have a beautiful thing called dialogue. And we can talk about a lot of things that we may not have in common, but it is still a feedback.
You can like a lot of people, you know? People can like you as well. They can say like, oh, she's nice, she's beautiful, she's sexy, blah, blah, blah. But acceptance is another level of love. It's another thing that you say like, this person, it is what it is, and I will be here no matter what. And to find that is really complicated.
They may sound Instagram cheesy quotes until you leave that fall and you get back up. And then that cheesy quote is a fucking mind-blowing experience.
Yeah, you know, I saw this thing about don't waste your time about translating your soul, or find your someone that you don't have to translate your soul, or blah blah blah, something like that. And I was like, what is this shit? You know, I was like, ugh. But then you pass some big issue in your life that say like, no, it totally makes sense. I was spending and wasting so much time trying to prove the people like, oh, understand that I'm good person. Yeah, I'm good person. I waste so much time on that. I would never waste one day of my life with that kind of person.
You think outside of the box because life have put you in tough places, and therefore you can see life through a different perspective. Even if you have experienced a lot of hard stuff, and even if you have way more knowledge about how to maybe not make that same mistakes or to stay away from certain people, you are still vulnerable.
We are not 100% immune about not having this kind of troubles. You can be like a pro in, I don't know, pole dancing or any sport, and you can get still hurt in any aspect, or you can still get rejected or get hurt by someone. Are you talking like about tips or about something?
I mean, if you could narrow it to 3 tips, what would they be?
Tips. Oh my god. One of my first takes is like you have to ignore all bad stuff. It's like, yeah, you talk about me. Yes, I'm like what? Yeah, I'm like exactly but words. Like be condescending with the people, like do wherever. Yeah, talk. And people get angry and just stop talking about you or talk worse about you, but you don't care. So like this, you create like immunity of that. At the beginning, it could be like, oh, it's very painful. How she dared to say something like that? And then it's like funny. It's like, why she's saying something like that? It's not even making sense.
Yeah, like you said, you're getting immune.
Yeah, it's like later you understand like we all have issues and traumas. Everything is like a projection of who we are in that moment. So it's fine. I have like a very good tip for relationship. I think a lot of people can say to you, like, you are beautiful, you are super hot, you are wherever. They can say to you every day, they can write that in social media, they can project that you are the most amazing person, but that doesn't mean anything if they don't support you behind the doors. It's not about words, it's about actions. If you really want to trust someone, you have to see how the people act in your real candy for the eyes.
Yeah, and also that other person can be watching only one side of yourself, only the
Yes,
shell of yourself.
I'm talking about pole dance because we can be visually attractive. Once I read a quote, another Instagram quote, that said like a lot of women, they are really desired, but they are not really loved. And I think it's true. I can say that it happens. A lot of men or women can say to you, wow, you are beautiful. I'm so attracted. I crazy about you. You make me crazy. Yeah, okay. And where is the support when I need it? Where is the support about my craft? Where is the support about what I have been working so hard? What is the respect for me? And all the words, they are empty. I would say like, oh, don't believe in anyone. No, just don't let yourself, I don't know. How could you say like,
Don't pay attention to nice, sweet words, just facts.
yeah, any man attract to you or woman can say a lot of things nice about your appearance. And what about who you are and what you do? If you have totally respect and admiration for what you do and who you are, there is a place there. If they are just words, it's not there. Don't waste your time.
There is this sexologist called Esther Perel, and she said that you can have the person of your dreams, but if he or she doesn't feel to certain things, the relationship cannot get anywhere. And those two are that person has to be your best friend and your fantasy's confidant. So it must have a friendship relationships in terms of that person must tell you what he really means, whether it's good or bad. And that's what a real friend does. If you do something, he will say or she will say whatever comes from their heart. So as a guy, I can tell you that is an important tip because girls, men, don't change.
Yep.
They can kind of change certain habits, but in the core, they don't change. So if you feel that that person is only interested in a certain side of you, not inside of you, get away.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you just put the words that I wanted exactly to say. If one person just look at you like how you look or what you do, and it's kind of superficial admiration, it's not like in the core. This person is not going to learn how to respect you. This person is not going to accept you. So why you are there?
Yeah, exactly. I don't want to talk too much about your personal life, but do you remember a certain moment with anyone that you felt, okay, this is the beginning of something not good?
Like red flags?
Yes.
A lot. I think one of the things is like, I like, but you look good, but the but, yes, it's like with close friends or persons around you, there is not but. Why? Because they accept you. Between accepting you and accepting your bullshit. Of course, a good friend or a good partner will tell you like, this is not right, but it's not about trying to change you. Also, one of the moments, it was like, I want you to stop doing this.
Well, that's a very, very, very red flag. It's a black flag.
Yeah, I know. Also, when I'm putting an example. You know me having tattoos or in bikinis. Or the most important is like, you know me doing pole, how I dance, how I wherever, which is the problem later. You know what you were getting into. You can go from lawyer to pole dancer, and if this person is right for you, this person will be next to you in any path that you decide. At the beginning, it was good. Yeah, of course, because I can look good in the videos and I can look good in the pictures. And then it's like, okay, yeah, but you are too much.
What is
What
too
is too
much?
much? I don't get it.
You have experienced live the consequences of other people's expectations. And to try to fulfill other people's expectations is death. It's an inner death.
Exactly.
Damn. We need to talk for another show.
Yeah, I know. I think it's about idealization of you. They can see you on social media. I'm talking about social media because we are now everything around that. Probably this person is looking for another thing, and if you are trying to justify, I'm talking about justifying because I did so much. You are not getting any point. The things are getting worse every time, and this person every time will have like more expectations, and every time they will make you look like you are not what they wanted. It's very funny because now you wanted a pole dancer like a girlfriend, or you wanted this hot woman as wife. Now you don't want it because you felt uncomfortable.
Yeah, that person fell in love with the Instagram account, not with you.
Yeah, exactly.
But I also think it is also a matter of expectations of yours as well. I can say, because I was in the same, I think we all have experienced it, kind of moments like this in terms of relationship about try to please someone else. And I always say that there is a world in every single one of us. Dreams, habits, hobbies, I don't know, fears, fantasies. There are millions. Every person is a world. And if you find a person that you think that it may be the one and it's not, and it's okay. You can leave that person because it's not going to be the one. But I guess that self-expectations, what it does to you is that you want to believe that it can work. So you are, in a way, you are blocking yourself.
There is some point. I mean, of course, you have to get wrong and learn and fuck it up too many times to learn. You know, mostly we repeat a pattern until we go to a very very fucked up point. You know?
Oh yeah, until you're way down in the mud.
Yes. When something like bad happened, you say like, okay, now I understand. Okay, you cannot force the things. I'm not talking about just me. I'm talking about a lot of persons around me that have lived the same thing. About this issue about educate. We are trying to justify, we are trying to show our word to this person. By showing, you have two options. This person is like, okay, I understand now. I understand why you are so into this. I understand why you have embraced your sexuality. I understand everything. And they are, wow, now I respect you more. And it could happen like, okay, I understand, but I don't fucking care. And I understand, but I don't accept. So, no. I am this kind of person that if something is not working, well, you try to find solutions. It's not trying to force a relationship. It's trying about, okay, this person could not understand. Well, I will find a way how to make them understand. But
Yeah, I mean, you have to check all the options, but it doesn't work.
exactly, you cannot just drop it. You don't quit at the beginning. You are not like, okay, you don't want me like I am, then fuck it. It's not like that. It's like, okay, why you don't feel comfortable? Like, I like to talk.
Open dialogue, find a way.
Yes, it's find a way because there is always a way. I mean, there's ways that lead you to end this relationship or to end this kind of friendship or end this kind of family bond. People don't want you. It's fine. It's fine. And people that they don't match with what you do and with your soul and with your everything, and it's fine.
Well, we can definitely have another hour talking, but we sadly have to go. Estefania, thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for sharing, for opening. It's not easy, but today it was flowing amazingly. So thank you.
Thank you so much, Marco. You have been always such an amazing person, someone that I admire a lot. Thank you for creating this very safe space and the opportunity to share with like the people about a little bit more about the personal life of, I mean, the personal life, the dreams, the expectations, the problems that we have as pole dancers and artists.
No, thank you. I love you.
Love you too.
Do you want to leave your social media?
Yes. You can find me in Facebook like Estefania Jimenez. And you can find me on Instagram like Estef Himpa.
Thanks everyone for listening to us.
Thank you everyone for listening this. Hope you have enjoyed our conversation.
Gracias por escucharnos. Significa el mundo para nosotros. Por favor, déjanos tus comentarios en lightandtalk@gmail.com.